Girl, I have a question to ask you today.
Hey love, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going for a very healthy foundation routine for oily skin, and I already did my brows off camera because you see me do it a lot of times. I'm going in with my Pond's oil control cream. Remember, the very first step for wonderful and flawless foundation, if you have very oily skin, is for you to prime your skin. And this primer that I'm using is a very mattifying primer. Like, it will mattify your skin, and that's the reason why I use it. So I'm just going to apply this all over my skin, all over my face, because I have very oily skin. Okay, it is for very oily skin. I just wait a few minutes for it to get dry, and then I'm going in now with my LA Girl Pro Conceal in orange. It's the orange corrector, and I'm just going to apply that to the places where I have, you know, dark marks or discoloration. You really can skip this step if you have flawless skin, but I don't, so I'm using this corrector, and that way it's gonna blend, it's gonna allow the foundation blend into my skin easily. Okay, there'll be no black patches, it will just be seamless. So I'm just using a fluffy blending brush to just tap the corrector into my skin. I am not brushing it, I'm just pressing it into the skin until it is well blended. This will just help to cover up the dark marks and help the foundation to last, you know, to apply properly, like I said before. And once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go over and set all the areas that I put the orange corrector. I'm gonna set it with my Sasha Buttercup setting powder, and I'm actually going to set all over my face. Now, the reason why I apply powder on top of my primed skin before foundation is just because it would help me even control oil very much. Okay, so if you have very oily skin, I swear by this step, if you do it, it will make all the difference to how long your foundation lasts. For foundation today, I'm using this oil-based foundation. It is by Black Opal. It's the True Color Stick Foundation in the shade Carob. I'm just going to apply that all over my face, and I'm using this oil-based foundation because I already primed my skin as well as I can, and trust me, even though I'm using an oil-based foundation, it would not move. Like, I will not be oily throughout the day, and that's because of the kind of primer that I use, and also the fact that I used the powder before foundation routine. Try it and let me know how it goes for you. So I'm just using my flat head foundation brush to just blend the foundation into my skin. I'm pushing and buffing as I go, making sure that I blend it into my jawline and my hairline as well. All right, it's time for us to highlight and contour, and for the highlights portion of my face, I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Conceal. I'm applying that to the places where light would naturally hit my face, which is like the T-zone area. That's under your eyes, the forehead, the bridge of your nose, your cupid's bow, and your chin. Those are the areas where you'd find, you know, light would hit you naturally. And I'm just doing all of this because, you know, I want to also create an illusion that my face is slimmer than it really is. All right, I'm gonna go in with my damp beauty blender, and I'm going to just blend the product into my skin. So what you need to do is just basically put your beauty blender in some water and squeeze out the excess, like squeeze it. You don't want the beauty blender to be wet, you want it to be damp. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just basically pressing in that concealer into my skin. I'm just going to press it and spread it, press it and spread it. Okay, and if you notice, I'm just stopping the concealer right under my eyebrow line, and that's because I don't want to make my face appear fat. Okay, so I'll just stop it right under that my eyebrow line. That is where is ideal for my face shape. And now I'm just blending, of course, into my forehead. I'll blend it on the bridge of my nose, and I'll blend it under my chin and my cupid's bow area. Now I'm trying to contour my nose, so I'm just going on the side of the bridge of my nose, and I'm applying a foundation that is basically 2 shades darker than my natural skin tone. I'm applying it with a light hand. You don't want to do too much when it comes to nose contouring. A light hand will go a long way. I'll just blend it in with the beauty blender. I'm going to go over all the areas that I highlighted once more with the beauty blender. And what I'm doing right now is basically just setting the areas where I put the concealer, and I'm setting, of course, using my Sasha Buttercup setting powder. If you notice, I'm not putting too much product, just enough product to seal in the concealer. If I want to bake, I'll apply a little extra and leave it for a few minutes to bake. So you want to just first and foremost set the area with as little powder as possible. Let the product stay before you now put in that excess powder to allow your skin bake. And I'm just basically setting all the areas where I put in the cream concealer. And now I'm going over to go and contour. I actually don't like cream contouring for some reason. I just prefer to powder contour, and I'm using this powder palette by Barriers Cosmetic. It's the Mariamo powder palette, and I'm going with the darkest shade in that palette, and it's called Cocoa. I'm taking it in a contour brush also by Barriers Cosmetic, and I'm just going all to the areas where I want to downplay, and that is the hollows of my cheek, the perimeters of my forehead, and of course my chin area. And I'm going to go and do a little bit of reverse contour, and what I'm basically doing is applying highlights to the under part of my contoured areas under my cheekbone, and that would actually cinch in my face a little bit further. Once you're done with the contour, what you're going to do is just put your powder brush in a bit of your powder and dust off the excess setting powder, and of course blend everything together. And the final thing for you to do is just to set your face, and I'm setting today using the City Color matte setting spray. And basically, guys, that is the end of the look today. Just a very simple way for you to apply your foundation flawlessly and contour your face. I hope that you've learned something, and of course don't forget to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and of course comment.
Take it slow.